The American dream is a powerful idea, promising prosperity and success. But what happens when that dream turns into a nightmare? For generations, the American dream has been defined by the belief that anyone, regardless of where they start, can achieve success through hard work. The traditional dream emphasizes opportunity, financial stability, homeownership, and social mobility. It's the vision of a better life. However, for millions of Americans, this dream remains elusive. It's time to acknowledge the overlooked, darker reality of the modern American experience. One of the biggest hurdles is the vast and growing economic disparity across the nation. The harsh truth is that the rich are getting richer, and the system is often structured to accelerate this wealth concentration, leaving many behind. While wages for many have stagnated, the cost of essential services, like healthcare and education, has skyrocketed, making a stable middle-class life increasingly unattainable. The American dream often requires taking on massive debt, creating a financial burden that limits freedom instead of fostering it. For many young Americans, student loans and mortgages are not milestones of success, but heavy chains that severely restrict career choices and financial mobility. Consumerism fuels the pressure to keep up with the Joneses, forcing many into unnecessary debt just to maintain the illusion of success. Beyond personal finances, systemic issues prevent many from even starting the race for the American dream. Factors like race, socioeconomic class, and geographic background create powerful, often invisible, barriers that limit access to quality education, housing, and opportunity. The idea that merit alone guarantees success is a painful myth for those who work tirelessly but face discrimination and structural disadvantages. The constant pursuit of this demanding dream is also taking a heavy toll on the mental and emotional well-being of Americans. The hustle culture perpetuates high stress and chronic burnout, normalizing relentless work that prioritizes productivity over human health. We are often conditioned to measure success through external metrics, overlooking the true goal of a meaningful life, finding genuine fulfillment and happiness. It's time to reevaluate the American dream. We must ask hard questions about who it serves and at what cost. For many, the traditional dream based on endless upward mobility seems less like an aspiration and more like a historical relic. We need a call for a new, modern American dream, one that is equitable, sustainable, and defines success by well-being, not just wealth. The time for denial is over. The American dream, in its current form, is failing millions. The erosion of the middle class and the crushing burden of debt represent a hidden crisis that rarely gets the attention it deserves. Behind the illusion of celebrity success and economic progress lies a struggle for basic economic security for the majority of citizens. The true cost of chasing the traditional American dream is often paid in mental health, physical well-being, and missed family time. The feeling of being left behind is widespread, rooted in the reality that hard work no longer guarantees progress. The dark reality of modern America is a stark juxtaposition of extreme wealth alongside widespread poverty and housing instability. Many feel trapped in a cycle of stagnant wages and mounting expenses, making saving and long-term financial security nearly impossible. Is success in America a truth available to all, or is it a carefully constructed illusion maintained by the few for the benefit of the few? The harsh truth is that many Americans are experiencing intense financial vulnerability, often one emergency away from disaster. The promise of equal opportunity is visibly broken for those who lack the generational wealth and connections needed to get a head start. Behind every success story, there are untold struggles, sacrifices, and pressures that are often erased from the public narrative. The combination of overwhelming debt and the failure to achieve the, quote, dream often leads to anxiety, depression, and hopelessness. The chasm between the ultra-rich and the rest of the population is not shrinking. It is becoming a defining feature of the American economy. Policies and systemic structures often fail ordinary Americans, creating obstacles rather than pathways to prosperity. For a growing number of people, the American dream feels not just difficult, but fundamentally impossible to achieve in today's economic climate. The constant chase for success has a significant psychological cost, demanding endless self-sacrifice for often diminishing returns. Unrelenting financial stress is a major factor contributing to instability and breakdown within American families. The resilience and daily struggles of the working class, who keep the economy running yet often struggle to afford basic necessities, must be acknowledged. This is the reality Americans are afraid to face, that the system designed to promote opportunity is now actively generating hardship. The defining tragedy of our era may be the slow, agonizing collapse of the American middle class, leaving a nation of haves and have-nots. But the idealized image of limitless opportunity often clashes sharply with the harsh realities faced by many today. Let's look beyond the surface. The first major crack in the American dream is the staggering economic inequality that characterizes modern society. We are seeing a concentration of wealth at the very top, while the middle class struggles and shrinks under financial pressure. For many, the myth of upward mobility feels just that, a myth. The ability to climb the economic ladder is harder now than for previous generations. The dark side of the dream also takes a heavy toll on mental health. The constant societal pressure to achieve, to compete, and to hustle creates an unsustainable environment of stress and anxiety. This high-pressure culture leads to widespread burnout and disillusionment as people realize that relentless striving doesn't always translate into the promised security. Financial insecurity is a major barrier, trapping millions in a cycle of debt. The student loan crisis and escalating consumer debt mean that many start their adult lives deeply in the red, making the dream of homeownership or savings feel impossible. Even for those who attain success, it often rests on a precarious foundation, with a single job loss or health crisis potentially wiping out years of hard work. Crucially, the American dream was never accessible to everyone in the first place. The dream remains largely out of reach for marginalized communities due to ongoing systemic barriers and historical discrimination. Systemic barriers, spanning from racial discrimination in housing to unequal educational opportunities, ensure the playing field is anything but level. Given these deep-seated issues, it is time to critically reevaluate what the American dream truly means. We must shift the focus away from purely materialistic success and toward values like community, well-being, and genuine happiness. The new American dream must be inclusive, sustainable, and truly attainable for all, ensuring that the promise of a better life doesn't come with a hidden high cost.